You think you know me.
So welcome back to my new video, friends. I am Harsh and you are watching Pro Wrestling Predictor. So now in this video you will see my preview and predictions for this week's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. So it is going to be an exciting video. Please watch till the end, and if you are new to our channel, do subscribe and also click that bell icon to get notifications whenever I will upload new videos. So let's start. WWE has officially confirmed a women's tag team titles match for this week's episode of SmackDown. Shayna and Nia will be defending their titles against Natalya and Tamina. As for the result, I don't think we will see a title change here. Another thing can happen, this match can also end in a disqualification. Then WWE can put this match on the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view if they want to, but if this match will happen only on SmackDown, so I think Shayna and Nia will retain their titles. Except for last week, we saw two consecutive video packages of Aleister Black where he read two chapters of a story, so I think he will read the chapter 3rd of the story on this week's episode of SmackDown with another video package. Last week we saw a singles match from the women's division where Carmella defeated Ruby Riott. So I think on this week's episode of SmackDown, Carmella might clash with Ruby Riott's tag team partner Liv Morgan. If this match happens, I think Carmella will win this match because WWE is building her as the next challenger for the SmackDown Women's Champion. Last week we saw a singles match between Dominic Mysterio and one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Dolph Ziggler, where Dominic Mysterio surprised Dolph Ziggler and won the match. So I think on this week's episode of SmackDown we will see a singles match between Rey Mysterio and Robert Roode. As for the result, I think Robert Roode will win this match if this will happen, but I think after the match the Dirty Dogs will stand tall. Till now, WWE has confirmed 6 matches for the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view. I think they will confirm one more match on the SmackDown episode. So I think WWE might make the IC title match official for Backlash because they haven't announced any mid-card titles match for the pay-per-view. They can announce a fatal 4-way match, or they can simply book a WrestleMania rematch between Apollo Crews and Big E. Last week we saw a segment between the SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair and her challenger at WrestleMania Backlash, Bayley, and we saw Bayley stood tall at the end of the segment. So I think on this week's episode of SmackDown we might see a contract signing between these two. Well, if this segment happens or not, I think Bayley will get the upper hand again on this week's episode of SmackDown. Last week we saw the much awaited return of Jimmy Uso. He is not with Roman Reigns, but he cares about Jey Uso. And we saw Cesaro earned a Universal title match on last week's episode of SmackDown, and in the main event he destroyed Jimmy, Jey and Roman. So I think on this week's episode of SmackDown, WWE will book a match between Cesaro and Jey Uso. If this match really happens, I think Cesaro will win this match because he needs momentum heading into WrestleMania Backlash. But I think after the match we might expect Roman Reigns to come and attack Cesaro. But I think Jimmy Uso might come in between and then Cesaro will get the upper hand again. So that's it. These are my preview and predictions for this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Until then, goodbye.